Hey guys, this is RealScope82 and welcome to some more Gran Turismo Sport. And we just started a new Manufactor series. It's called Exhibition Series 1, if I'm not totally mistaken. And this time it's actually endurance races, and it's right up my alley. Not to say that I'm actually good at it, but I just really enjoy endurance races. And after a quali that almost seemed like it was gonna go all straight to the shitter, to find some clean air and no knuckleheads to disrupt my driving. So I started in second, but yeah, we'll get back to the strategy, but let's just say it wasn't the right for the circumstance, because starting in second, I really should have done this the other way around. But yeah, we'll see that when we get to it. See me right off the bat basically having a bit of an issue with my very cold hard tires, because I was starting with one level, the hard, and then move on to mediums, but it was really hard keeping this very tail swipey ass in a line. But we're still just in third, so it's not a big catastrophe yet. Coming down towards this sharp right-hander just before the death chicanes, I could tell that this Jag had a much better momentum than me. So I was not gonna fight it, because I was going into the pits anyway after this lap, and all these guys were definitely not on their hearts. So just keep it on track. And of course, the Jag makes a bit of a mistake, but not as much as the Honda. So we're back up into third, and straight into the pits. When we get out though, on brand spanking new mediums, you can see we're all the way down into 16th, which is quite of a letdown, but hey, it's only after one lap, and now we should basically just let the race come to us, because we are just gonna ride on into the sunset. Well, at least that was what I hoped, and at least the start's okay, because two guys here, yeah, not really a good day for them at the office. Coming down towards the chicane here, and the sharp right-hander, we do get a very nice run on this Porsche. So, up into 13th. There was a bit of catching up to do in order to catch this next group though, so we're just gonna skip basically a lap ahead, and now we're right behind this 5, 6, 7 car big field that we really want to go through. In a minute though, I'm gonna need to make a very nice save to get around the Audi in front, and I'll cut over to a clip from the stream just because, yeah, I think we need that diversion.
Følg din egen linje, kom.
Oh! Ha!
Smooth operator.
The chaos was not done yet though. And just like that, we're up into 9th, and cutting one lap further ahead, coming down towards the last turn. We actually think we make a move stick on the GT But hey, he was going into the pit, so we get the spot anyway. We're up into 8th now, and it is looking quite okay. But yeah, this is time to meet Chris Bivac, or Chris Roadblock, as I will henceforth call him, because he's basically one of the most annoying and bad drivers I've met in a long time. Because, god damn it, he kept being in my way or pushing. But yeah, you'll see it when we get to it. And we've got about a lap ahead. And this is a patented Chris Roadblock break-in for the harbor. Because he starts on the deep inside and then he just breaks out and or basically just in the way of everybody and getting a shit momentum out of the corner. But yeah, no. Coming up towards the last corner now. I get a pretty okay run on him, but not far enough. But I can brake later, as it seemed, and there was actually so much space. But yeah, not enough space for Chris Roadblock. Let's have that from another angle, shall we? Look at the space here. There's so much space. And I'm so far out that there is so much space to him. But no, not enough. Look at this. Lovely, look at this. Just a slight tap, that's enough. There was so much space for him, but no. A lap later, though, we are back up into 4th because of some pit stops. We're now on our last lap on these mediums before we go on to first a set of softs and one more at lap 17. And these two guys are really fighting for second place at this point. So I thought, hey, maybe there's something for me to pick up here. Instead of gaining a spot, we nearly can run off the circuit here, because the guy in the Aston Martin really did not have any kind of control over that car. But yeah, softs, let's go! And we actually joined back on the track in 7th spot. And a bit later that lap, come through the dash chicanes, I nearly had my heart pounding out through my chest here, because I did not expect him to slam on the brakes in the middle of everything. I just lift a bit and then turn in, but he actually went on the brakes, so I got a bit scared, but we both survived. Really nice run on the Lord here in his Honda, but he was still right on my side, so rather brake a bit earlier and try to get a nice exit. But here's basically where my race started to turn into shit, because this dude in 4th place, he comes back on track, out of ghosting, and these two guys just go straight into dogfight mode, and we are being held up so massively that the guys behind us are actually gonna start catching up. And because they're driving so erratically, I can't see my way around them without trying or accidentally destroying our races. So, yeah, this is basically the point of no return. coming into the chicane, I'm gonna give them a bit more breathing room, because I know the guy in the Honda likes to slam on the brakes, and I really don't want any piece of that. So, trying to stay at a good distance and maybe get a run down into the lad's corner. Really not at a good spot here, because these guys are fighting like there's no tomorrow, but I have Chris roadblocked right on my tail, so I really can't give them the space. And they get saved by a freaking ghosting through this corner. They were driving too close to one another and very skittish, and had he not been ghosted there, I think they were both gone off track. But hey, they get saved by the ghost, and instead I'm gonna get pummeled by a fucking roadblock. But hey, this one was actually fair play on his part, because he did have a better exit on the corner. But coming down towards the harbor, I'm right on his side. But look at this shit! He starts on the very deep inside and then just breaks outwards and pushes me away and makes us lose another position to the freaking Porsche. Look at this. Such a fucking douchey move. And we're down into 8th. And at this point, I'm starting to see a bit red, because I really shouldn't be here. I was really feeling I had the pace to be a lot further up, but circumstances just dictates that I can't get past these guys, because apparently I'm not fast enough for that. But they were just driving. Look, he's doing it again here, taking a very steep inner line, and this time it's the Porsche that just doesn't turn into the corner. So when I do it, I hit him, and then thankfully I don't go way off track, but I have to slam on the brakes in order to not do it. Of course, we was almost 3 aside, so it was a bit of a dangerous situation here. But now we're nearly down to 9th because of another Porsche. But thankfully we had the slipstream, so we stay 8th. And this next bit here is another great example on why there's so much of the cockpit view in this race. Look at this. Oh, I love the little bumper grinding. Just, I was there, dude. You could see me on the fucking radar. Don't push. But hey, look at my movements here with the steering wheel. I am so aggressive, and I have basically lost all of my cool at this point, because I was so annoyed being pushed around and being forced away from a good attack or a good line because of these knuckleheads that I just really need to look again. Started on deep inside and pushes his car way out to the side when braking. What the fuck are you doing, man? Pick a line and stick to it. Jesus. But okay, we're coming through the chicanes, and I keep hoping for an opportunity to pull out in front. And here we go. Here we actually managed to get into Chris's slipstream. And there was enough room when I started the move, but as soon as he slams the brakes, he actually hits me off track. Look at this. Bonk! And we're off. The tragic part of this is the guy in the Porsche gets a 4-second penalty. He had no fault in that. What the fuck? If anybody was to blame, that was Chris, a roadblock. I know this was a way too aggressive move, but I've just seen his moves way too many times, and he pulls out every fucking time. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going on the inside. And then, of course, again, he freaking hits me. And this time we really lose a lot because I get engine damage and I have to drive, I don't know, 20, 25 seconds with this shit. So we're down into 12 now. And I really had to fight to get back into a focused state. Of course we did get one spot up here because some guy really messed up in the death chicane. And here we're trying to make a move on the GT Dragon. But thankfully I wasn't where he drove in there, because that would have gone all tits up. But the guy in the Porsche also joins the pits, so up into 10th. So we're in 10th at the moment, but I wasn't really satisfied with that, so when an opportunity showed itself to go for 9th, I definitely took it. And we do have a bit of contact here, but I think my line through the corner was good enough that he would have a lot of space on the outside of me, but it appears he took a bit of a narrower line. But hey, it didn't really inflict any of us, so I'm good with it. Here though, we have a Porsche out in the bunker, which means that we are up into 8th. But look at that. This car has seen some action in this race. These two guys though were right on my ass all the way up towards the chicane here, and these are the second to last lap on this first set of softs. And going into the chicane, no problem, but the last leg of it, nope, I turn it way too fast, which means I plow straight in to the chicane itself. So another bit of engine damage to me. And this one was totally unprovoked and my own goddamn fault. Such a rookie mistake. And of course, we lost a lot of time and went down a spot to the Spaniard in the Audi from earlier. But in the end of lap 17, this is how it's supposed to be done. Take a nice narrow inside line and he follows on the outside. No contact, no whatsoever. That was beautiful. Very nicely driven. And we're up into 10th. And basically he was not a threat anymore, so let's just look dead ahead. Because now I had free air. Or not free air, let's just say clean air, because hopefully the air is free where you are. But this is the fastest lap in the race. And I actually managed to pull that off because I was back in my sin right here in a couple of laps. And I was really hoping that there was a lot of pit stops that needed to be done ahead of me, and I could just shovel up a couple of spots before the end. And there you have it, a 38.4. Maybe not the best in the world, but considering how my race had gone up to this point, I was really happy that I managed to bounce back just a wee bit. And that actually gave me this position. We're up into 9th with the GT Dragon right behind us. Because if I didn't set the fastest lap, we would not have come out in front of this guy on his very fresh tires. But we're now 2 laps to go, well, 1.5, and I managed to catch up to this guy in the Aston Martin from earlier and the guy in the Jag. And that meant it was really on at this point, because I could smell that 7th place. But even though his goddamn Aston was going sideways all over the place, he still had the momentum out of the corner. I do not know how the hell that happened, but I couldn't do a proper overtake. So we're still in 9th, but I'm making my presence known here and really trying to find the spot for where I can go for my move. And here we are, moment of truth. It's a bit of a decisive moment here because I see him opening a gap and I decided to go for it in an instant. There was contact and there was a bit of me forcing my way through, but he is opening such a gap that I went for it. And of course he gets kind of just pushed away like I have hammered into him or something, but that's just DT physics for you. But let me know down in the comments if you think that that was a way out of line move there, but I was just, yeah, I felt that so many things has not gone my way in this race, and when he made that opening, I'm like, fuck it, I am so taking it. And you see here, he totally wrecks his car at the end. But yeah, we are in 8th, but because of that battle, the Jag had sailed away. So we have the number 8 on our car, which is basically also the number I play as in NBA 2K. And that's our finishing result for this first Exhibition Series 1 Manufacturer in our lovely Scorpion Beetle. If you enjoyed this race, then don't forget to smash that like button and maybe even subscribe for more Gran Turismo Sport.